What's up, gamers? Today we're going to be playing Do Not Take This Cat Home. As you can see, the warning, game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed, okay? So, you have been warned. Please take care of yourself, guys, because we care about you. Oh, but look at the kitty! How bad can it be? You're not having a great day, as usual. Okay. That's sad. Oh, great. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out, but in the middle of your walk, it starts to rain. Typical, but maybe this is just a sign that you should have stayed home today. Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow, right? You turn to head home when... A kitty! Huh? What was that? There are only a few people around on the street. Makes sense due to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. I wouldn't leave the house if that was the case. Well, that and the weather. But none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound of the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The ground dampened by the rain makes your steps sound louder and more confident than you actually feel. It's a kitty! Finally, the sound source comes into view in the cold, dim light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh, guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It's so cute! It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. Baby! So cute! And it definitely knows it. You've never had much of an opinion one way or another about cats before. But if they're all like this one, it's a shock they haven't already found a way to rule the world. It's just looking at you, as if waiting for you to make the next move. Well, the name of the game is Do Not Take the Cat Home, so I'm not going to take the cat home. With a sigh, you take a decisive step back. As cute as the cat is, you really can't afford to be taking it on a pet of a dimity. Rent's coming up soon, and your job doesn't exactly leave you rolling in dough. You give the cat a sad nod. Sorry, good luck out there, okay? Or here. You turn around and leave the cat and the alley behind. Rain's picking up. Time to head home. Ending? Not a fool. Hell yeah, we got an ending. Let's go, gamers. Let's go. We're just gamers like that. Okay. I guess we'll take the cat home this time. You know what? You reach into the box and pick the cat up, holding it out in front of you. I would take the cat home if I was her, honestly. If I found a cat in the alleyway, I'd take it home, even if I am allergic. Why not? You're all alone, and well, I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so you bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not stick together, right? At least for a little while. It's so cute! You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. You living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long, even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor of the blue, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new environment. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set about making the both of you some dinner. What's with the imagery? It's weird. You take out the can of cat food and open it with the tab on top. Ooh, you put some cat food on a saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over to you. It perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. It looks at the plate of food and completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. You try to let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spend your hard-earned cash on it. It's just a cat after all. I'll just leave it here if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your legs with a purr. You smile. That's enough to thank for you. It follows you into the kitchen as you start on your own dinner. You decide that you're going to have a sandwich. Bread toasted, mayo and mustard spread, turkey and cheese and lettuce perfectly placed. Tomato sliced. Ow! You winced as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato. Stupid. You feel a little embarrassed for such a blunder and sigh, tossing the knife onto the cutting board. It sniffs at the knife and meows almost pointedly at you. Don't worry, I'm alright. It was just an... You watch as the cat starts to lick lightly, but enthusiastically at the blood on the knife. Guys, is it wrong that I still think it's really cute? At your blood. You're so shocked that by the time you come to your senses, the knife has already been licked clean. The cat sits back, staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meat-eating predators, but that was a little weird, right? Sure, you're no cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat should do. Or would do, right? Well, regardless, you're not gonna abandon a cat in need while it's raining outside. Not after all your efforts. You were holy shit. You were going to take it to the shelter tomorrow anyway. What's one night of awkwardness? Weird or not, it's just a cat. The rest of the evening unfortunately goes downhill from here, or there, God. Even after covering up your fingers cut with a bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick at the wound. While you're eating your sandwich, while you're cleaning up the kitchen, while trying to watch TV, you gently push it away every time, but you're starting to get worried at the strange behavior. What if it's got a taste for blood and thinks you're food now? You're not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. You keep thinking about the cat's food sitting in the corner, untouched. Ugh, come on, enough already! You shove it away a little more forcefully this time out of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner into the hall. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried that it's going to take a bite out of you in its sleep. Or in your sleep. Maybe a vet will have an idea on how to calm it down. You can only hope. You don't have many other options left other than tossing the cat out of the rain. After finding the number of a local vet, you pick up your landline and... The lights just went out? Great, just great. Rain must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find out it's out of batteries. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving out earlier. The outing had been so spur of the moment that it had no doubt messed with your usual routine. You grab a flashlight and turn it on. What the fuck? It's quiet. It's too quiet. Did the rain stop? But then, why did the power go out? You look outside. The sky is pitch black. What time is it? You turn to check the clock. The cat sits on top of your digital clock, staring at you. It says kill. Thinking now, you realize the clock shouldn't be working at all with the power outage, but the numbers are lit up and are going completely haywire. The cat stares at you. It's completely still. You'd think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving off any Jesus Christ, I can't read. My inability to read is ruining the game. It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. It's not blinking. It's not even breathing, but... its eyes. This isn't normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out after all. But as soon as the thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Those eyes, its eyes hold you still. Even with your flashlight trained on it, its pupils are large, round, inky pits. The flashlight flickers. Oh boy. And the cat is gone. Fear immediately grips your mind. The silence, punctuated with the rapid pumping of blood in your heart, is overwritten as your ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. You look back away from the clock. and feel as if the air itself coils tightly and abruptly in response. Like a predator, prepared to pounce, but waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever's watching you, you can already feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this, but you can sense it clearly as if it had just whispered, "Let's play." Right into your ear, right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out. Not that you could even if you did. You can't stay here. You have to run. Without this, though, a sudden primal instinct awakens with you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, of action. But you're still weak from the fear's grip on your mind. Your legs tangle together under you in a haste, and you fall to the ground. A sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. At first you think you've broken your ankle, but something warm and wet trickles down the length of your foot, pooling underneath it. You hear the sound of metal scraping on tiles after skidding across the floor, as if it just been kicked. Winded from your fall, you look up in a daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming in from outside. The light pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, who, what in regards to your inexplicably open door screech to a halt, as your brain finally identifies the metallic object you've been staring at. It's your kitchen knife. And still tinted red from your earlier blunder, but that's not right. Wasn't it completely licked clean by the... You gulp dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on your living room floor to be stepped on, instead of resting on your cutting board in the kitchen where you left it. When you spy something in the darkness just beyond the knife, it spies right back at you. Hi, kitty! A pair of glowing golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light from your doorway. Hi, baby! It pads slightly over to the knife as if skipping in delight. Hello! It bends down to lap at the blood dripping from the blade. Ah! Your senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight. The sound of your shaky breaths discordant against the static now piercing your skull. The dryness on your tongue spreading to your throat. The incomprehensible sight of the stray cat you've taken in. Licking away at your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from the flesh wound on your foot. Blood? Golden eyes slide up to you as if in response to your sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. The cat barely moves, shoulder twitching as if it's just considering the act of pouncing forward. But you're already on your feet and at the door. You run, or rather limp, down the empty street. The sky is black and bleeding red, but there's a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The houses, the trees, the road, even you. Everything except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints your injured foot leaves in your wake with every impact it makes with the ground. It hurts, but you can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadow grows around you. Not when you feel the gaze of eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then you don't stop running because... if that's the cat right there ahead of you, then... what in the world is behind you? Okay. So this could go one of two ways. If I keep running, either the cat will save me or the cat will eat me. If I look behind me, either the thing will eat me or the thing will save me. Let's look behind me. Huh? Interesting. Interesting. Ending 0, it begins. What? Holy shit, there's a lot of endings. You're walking, right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. And you're actually glad that you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward the loose gravel and scattered debris on a... Finally, the sound source comes into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. I guess it should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. So, you look so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many ways for a standard black cat to look, after all. This one sure is a cutie, though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you or getting this close like other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. So, this is a continuation of my ending, but I'm not sure what this game wants me to do. Well, let's take it home. Well, why not? Right? It's a lot more expressive than the first cat. You barely reach out on your arms before the cat eagerly leaps into them and climbs up onto your shoulders. It butts its head into your temple, nuzzling against it. You can't help but smile at the cat's enthusiasm. Let's get you out of here, yeah? On the way home, you're briefly considering getting cat food. But that would be a waste of time. You shrug at the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. You living in it. So it feels weird having another living being in it after so long, even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away and explore the new environment. What's with the breathing? But it simply sits and looks up at you expectantly. Do something with the cat? Like what? Ah! Should we clean the cat? Upon giving it a second look, you realize that the cat isn't exactly clean. Not surprising, since up until you brought it home, it's been sitting in a dirty old box, in an alley full of scattered garbage, for who knows how long. You've heard that cats can keep themselves clean, but a little human help. But maybe this one is one of the whatever. What's with the breathing? It's uncomfortable. You head into the bathroom and set things up, trying to remember how to wash a cat. You're definitely no expert, but you think the best way to get a cat clean would be carefully. Or quickly. Cats don't like water, you think, so a quick wash would be the way to go. The cat wouldn't even know what hit it before it was over. You open the door and click your tongue, beckoning the cat inside. It quickly scampers in, curious of the new available setting. You close the door, as it won't be able to run out and make a mess out of the apartment. Steeling yourself, you roll up your sleeve and lift up the cat to carry it in the tub. The plan's already been compromised as the cat starts to struggle at your hold. You probably should have held it so it couldn't see the water. Ow! Ooh! It scratches at your arms. You knew it wouldn't be happy about the water, but you didn't think it would be this irate. Still, as mad as it will be at you for a little while, you know this is for the best. Ow! A deep scratch at your bicep startles you, making you drop the cat into the tub. Oh my god! The cat doesn't re-emerge hissing and yowling like you thought it would. You rush over and dunk your arms beneath the soapy surface, searching for the cat. What if it bumped its head and blacked out? It would drown! But you don't find the cat. Instead... What the? You watch as the water starts to darken. At first, you think it's the dirt from the cat and feel a little vindictive about your decision, but... The water darkens further and further. Until it looks like you filled the tub with black ink rather than water. Even the soap bubbles are translucent obsidian now. Something's not right, but as soon as you have this thought... Whoa! You just felt something tugging from you under the water. Whatever it is, it pulls you closer towards the water. You try to use your free hand to release the drain plug, but thinking you dunk your other arm in without thinking, it grabbed too. Both hands are stained, you can't get any leverage to force yourself free. Help! Oh! You're dragged into the murky waters of the tub. You're dragged down and down and down further still. Much further than it should have been possible for your bathtub. You can't breathe. You think you can't see either, but as you draw your final breath, you think you see what has been pulling you down. Something resting deep, deep down below. Something waiting for you. Ending 14th, Bath Hater. Hell yeah. I should really save, shouldn't I? Skip. No. Surely the cat is cute as the cat is. You'd never take that thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. You are. With rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you have to buy food and to survive too, there's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? What to do? Leave. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hope up of having someone look after it if you're not willing to commit. What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you down back to your home? What the fuck was that? Oh no, I missed it. See you around, I guess. You stand up, the cat watching your every move. You make it halfway out of the alley when the cat meows almost pitifully at you. Ignore. Nope, you need to nip this in the bud and get on with your day. It's what's best for both of you. You leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? In all the excitement of dealing with your furry dilemma, you'd forgotten that you still hadn't decided on what you were going to do on your day off. I think I will go to watch a movie. Sure, old theater, I guess. You eagerly buy a ticket from the kind old man in the booth and head inside. It's barren of any trace other than people and the decor look like it hasn't changed since the 80s, maybe even the 70s, but it's what you were counting on. You even consider buying some popcorn, but you can't help be concerned that everything at the concession stand might be expired. You move on and walk through the halls, finally locating the theater designated on your ticket stub. As expected, the theater and your movie you'll be playing is completely empty. Perfect. You pick a spot right in the middle, even counting the seats and taking into consideration the gap of the staircase. As you settle in, the dim lights fade away, leaving the room pitch black for a few seconds. Before the screen flickers on. No commercials or trailers pop up, the movie just begins. Pleased, you shrug and let yourself get immersed in the opening scene. But just as you're getting into the premise, the doors behind you open, momentarily casting a light into the room and ruining the atmosphere. You hold in a frustrated sigh. It's a public establishment after all. The place can't exactly afford to stay open if you're the only customer. You try to refocus on the movie, but you sense a new presence slowly shifting around the theater, before heading in your general direction. It's the cat. What? It's not the cat. You gape in utter disbelief as the stranger shuffles down the aisle only to sit right in front of you. There's no one else here and plenty of places to sit. The stranger is also unusually tall, even with the stadium-like arrangement of the seats being on somewhat steep incline. They're completely blocking your view. Just move to another spot. You don't want to risk escalating the situation further. This whole thing is already making you uneasy. Why would they choose to sit right in front of you? Surely they know that you wouldn't be able to see past them. Shaking your head with a passive-aggressive scoff in the stranger's direction, You reluctantly pick another seat, less perfect seat, in the theater, but as you settle down, you see the strange person get up, only to once again sit in the seat directly in front of you. You look around somewhat helplessly, as if waiting for someone to silently agree with you about how odd all of this, or at least inform you that all of this is an elaborate prank. But there's no one else here with you. That's how you've always liked it, but you can't help but think that maybe it would be nice to have someone else here if it meant not being alone with this jerk. How about we just leave the theater? This is too weird. Feeling uncomfortable, you decide to leave the theater. There's still enough time left in the day to do something else. Now what? Let's go to the dog park. What's with the meow song? The park is bustling with owners and their canine companions, playing frisbee, fetch, running, jumping, and even napping. Such cute whatever. Like you'd want anything to do with those mangy mutts. What? What's wrong? You didn't think that. You decide to move on. It's a puppy! You stop at the smallest, cutest puppy you've ever seen, scampers up to you, blocking your path. Kill the puppy, I'm sorry. Eat the puppy. I'm sorry? Leave. Yes, leave, leave, leave. Dogs are stupid. What? Go to the carnival. You spend a day at the carnival. Ferris wheel, roller coasters, ferro boat, rides you've been on before, hoops, coin toss, balloon darts, games you've played before, funnel cake, popcorn, cotton candy, food you've eaten before, all things you've enjoyed before. You're surrounded by groups of people having fun together, laughing, playing, eating, taking pictures, making memories, and then there's you. The sun hasn't started to set yet. Still, the sky is high in the sky, but it will soon. You start to wonder if maybe you should go home for the day. When you stop in your tracks, you see something new. An attraction you've never seen before. A maze of funhouse mirrors. It sounds kind of lame, honestly. There isn't even a line to get in. But then, what else is there to do? Fine, we'll enter the maze. You enter the maze. A few rooms in and you notice that the mirrors aren't all weird. Some just show you looking back at yourself. A little bored, a lot tired, and so very, very... Maybe this was a mistake. Why did you think going into a maze of mirrors was a good idea, even if it was something new to experience? I can't do this today. You turn around to head back the way you came in. Oh! Only to bump into a mirror. Ow, what the? Where's the exit? You try again, only to find another mirror blocking your way. By the time you're all turned around, you realize that the way you came in is completely gone. Okay, don't panic, I just have to keep going forward, right? You step through the only opening you can find and nearly trip over something on the ground. You bend down to pick it up. What's this doing here? In your hand rests a worn-looking flashlight. Curious, you flick it on. Huh? The light doesn't look very... Crap, the lights. Did the power go out or did the attraction operator forget you were in here? How long have you been in here, actually? You pull out your phone to check the time or maybe call the police. Your phone is dead. You grip the flashlight in your hand. The light admitted earlier was dim enough for you to know that there's probably not much juice left, but best to reserve it for worst case scenario and feel your way out. Yeah, you can do this. You take a calming breath. Well, forward we go. Hello, daring adventurer. Who said that? Welcome to the Mirror Maze. I need help. Once again, welcome to the Mirror Maze. Yeah, you're in a bit of a jam, but don't worry. You're in good hands. Or rather, good paws. See these little cuties here? They'll be doing their best to guide you through the maze. Aren't they generous? When you enter a room, the emergency light will flash, letting you see the paths before you for a second, and also what lies beyond them. Whenever you see these kind kitties, just go where they are, and you'll reach their next room. Unfortunately, they're not the only things in there. It is highly suggested that you refrain from following any of our other guests. They can be sneaky or distracting, but they're always hostile, so please take caution when advancing to the next room. Of course, this wouldn't be much of a mirror maze without mirrors. Can they hurt you? No, they're just mirrors, silly. They don't do anything at all. And you can't do anything to them either. They're just an obstacle you can't pass through. Go left, go center, or go right. The choice is yours. Though, if you find a room with no helpful kitties in sight, and all the paths lead to a mirror, or something else, it's recommended that you stay put, and just maybe it'll work itself out. You can keep track of your progress through the rooms up to the left, and your lives up to the right. You've got 3 lives, so be careful to avoid the less friendly guests lurking around. Why only 3 lives, you ask? Because you're so soft and squishy. It wouldn't take much damage to damage you beyond repair. And besides, you're human, and humans usually only have 1 life, yes? And yet here, you get 3. Don't you think you ought to show a little more gratitude? Yes. And that's the end of your tutorial. Hopefully it was helpful. Are you ready to play? Can you let me go? Your request is forfeit is the excuse me, screaming is not allowed. Fine. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh shit. Left. Stay. I think something just changed. Oh my god. Left. Left. Stay. Something just changed. Center. Right. 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 Center. Center. Stay. Something changed. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Center. Left. Left. Stay. You see at the exit. You run forward, but as you do, the scenery shifts. Just slightly at first. But you're running too fast to stop yourself from colliding with the glass. Except, you don't quite go into the glass. You don't exactly collide with it either. You simply pass through it. And on the other side, you see an endless white void and... yourself? Dozens of you. Hundreds of you wandering around. Aimless. Faceless. And empty. So empty and listless they don't even acknowledge your presence. You try to turn back, but the glass doesn't give. Past the glass is a familiar black cat walks up and looks at you. You think it meows at you, but you can't make out the sound. It tilts its head and then walks away. The glass goes dark. And then you watch helplessly as it disappears completely. You're trapped, with only yourself as company. Ending 19, you beat the maze. Great. Well, if you would like to see more endings of Do Not Take This Cat Home, please let me know in the comments down below and I will play more if you would like to see more. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye bye!